Morning, students, let's begin our political science class. In continuation of my third video, NCERT Political Science book, Indian Constitution at Work, Chapter 2, Rights in the Indian Constitution, and I'll begin with the topic Right to Freedom and subtopic Preventive Detention. It is given on page number 35 in NCERT Political Science book. When we talk about preventive detention, what does it mean? If the government feels that a person can be threat to law and order or to the peace and security of the nation, it can detain or arrest that person. Government can arrest person if someone is threatening to the law or break the law which is made by the government. But there is some restriction. Ordinarily, a person would be arrested after he or she reportedly committed some offense. There are exceptions to this. Sometime a person can be arrested simply out of an apprehension that he or she is likely to engage in unlawful activity and imprisoned for some time without following the above mentioned procedure. This is known as preventive detention. It means that if the government feels that a person can be threat a law and order or to peace and security of the nation, it can detain or arrest that person. This preventive detention can be extended only for 3 months. After 3 months, such a case is brought before an advisory board for review. So this is some limitation. Next, preventive detention looks like an effective tool in the hands of government to deal with anti-social element or subversives. But this provision is it not violating the right to freedom, like giving authority to the government to capture any person and declare that this person is not following the rules and put into behind the bar. It seems like a violating the right to freedom. Misuse of preventive detention by the government is possible, but in the same manner it is a greater safeguard in this law are required, like how we control on the both the thing. This law give a threat to the criminals, but the same manner no state can encroach the public liberty. There is a clear tension between right to life and personal liberty and the provision for preventive detention. So this provision has often been misused by the government time to time. Examples are seen in the routine day work. Many people think that there must be greatest safeguard in this law so that it may not be misused against people for reason other than that which are really justified. In fact, there is a clear tension between right to life and personal liberty and provision for preventive detention. Then along with the right to freedom, we have discussed about right to life and personal liberty. We have discussed about the preventive detention. Now we are going to see the other freedom. Right to freedom is a broad right which include other freedom like freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble, form association and unions, move freely throughout the territory of India, reside and settle in any part of the country, practice and profession, or to carry any occupation, trade or business. These are 6 rights granted by the fundamental rights. But you can see under the right to freedom some other right. These rights, however, are not absolute. Each of these is subject to restrictions imposed by the government. For example, freedom to speech and expression, subject to restriction such as public order, peace and morality. Freedom to assemble, to be exercised peacefully and without arms. Government may impose restriction in certain areas declaring the assembly of five or more person as unlawful. In nowadays you must see in the news again and again, dhara 144 dhara, it restrict the people to gather any place, as it will stop spreading the situation worse in future. So misuse of these restriction by the government also possible. How? Like powers can be misused by administration. The genuine protest against an act of policy of government by the people may be denied permission. In the Constituent Assembly itself, some member had expressed their dissatisfaction about the restriction on right. We are going to see the one caption, the way the time of assembly composed. Somnath Lahiri, what he feel or felt about the power which is given by the constitution to government to interfere in the rights of freedom among the people. Like, I feel that many of these fundamental rights have been framed from the point of view of public constable. You will find that very minimum rights have been conceded and are almost invariably followed by proviso. Means you are giving something and you put some laws on that, you are using this way, that way. Proviso is somehow the check and balance and control on the society of giving right, that you are going to limitize the use of these right. Almost every article is followed by a proviso which takes always the right almost completely. What should be our conception of fundamental rights? We want to incorporate every one of those rights which our people want to get. This is his views about the right, as he fear that misuse of power by the administration become rare. He feel like that more liberty should given to the people to enjoy their rights. Now, right of accused is a part of right to freedom itself. When we talk about right to accuse, then we will see person accused of various offense would also get sufficient protection. What is the importance of this? Accused is innocent until proven guilty. If someone commit any crime, then person must be punished. But if someone trap and declare to be criminal, it is required morally to give him or her chance to prove him innocent. So person accused of various offense would also get sufficient protection. Means, what is sufficient protection? A person accused of any crime should get adequate opportunity to defend herself or himself. So that give chance to the person, if he or she innocent, can prove through the judiciary. Now constitution has provided three rights under this. No person would be punished for the same offense more than once. Second, no law shall declare any action as illegal from a backdate. Third, no person shall be asked to give evidence against himself or herself. Right against exploitation is another right in fundamental right. By the picture you understand there is a famous idiom, badi machli choti machli ko khati hai. What does it mean? The people, those who are marginalized in our country, there are millions of people who are underprivileged and deprived with some of the essential thing. They may be subjected to exploitation by their fellow human being. One such form of exploitation in our country has been bigar. The second is human trafficking, and third is child labor. So these are the various form of exploitation. So protection against to all these social evil by the constitution we are going to discuss under this right against exploitation. There were three exploitation mainly. There were various, but mainly in society: bigar or forced labor, human trafficking, and child labor. What does bigar means? The person who in our country, the bigar or forced labor without payment, and the second one, buying and selling of human being. Human trafficking is known as selling and buy of human being. And third is child labor. forbids employment of children below the age of 14 years in dangerous jobs like factories and mines. Why? We are populous country. There is no regular income of the families and the people, so they become criminal and they try to earn money by these ways. This is the reason why. You all understand. This is the reason. All these forms of exploitations are prohibited and declared a crime, and it is punishable. But it does not mean if you are not having money, you can earn by these all social evil. You do hard work. At least by doing hard work, you can earn your livelihood. But people involved in crime, criminal activity, and wants to make money through all these social evil. These are the picture. Like in the first picture, people doing begar, you know. Then second one, the again begar, they are taking loans from their master, and after the master asks farmers to do begar. Then help me, this is a kind of that trafficking of children and women in our country, most women, most common. Then child labor, the parents ask their child to do work in very young age. These are the pictures show you how you are living in a condition. See, you are the group who is living in the condition of the picture given in children going to school. So thanks to the God about all these sort of thing. So all these things condemned by the constitution. That's why Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, compulsory education, made a provision by the government, and right to education become a fundamental right for the children to without money they can attend up to 14-year the schooling. Right to freedom of religion is the another right under fundamental right. Freedom of religion, this you must heard in your junior classes. India is a secular country. There is no official religion of our country. Every enjoys the right to follow the religion of his her own choice. Till now we have discussed right to equality, right to freedom of religion. Now we are going to discuss this continue right to freedom of religion, in which manner enjoyed by the citizen of the country. Why it is required in our country? If we talk about right to religion requirement in our country, then according to the constitution, everyone enjoy the right to follow the religion of his or her choice. Fine. This freedom is considered as a hallmark of the democracy. Yes, it proves, yes, country is democracy as people have choice to follow any religion. Historically, there were rulers and emperors in different parts of the world who did not allow residents of their countries to enjoy the right to freedom of religion. One homework I am giving to you. Can you give me the name of country where people not allowed to follow other religion? Find out and let me know. Person following a religion different from that of the ruler were either persecuted or forced to convert the official religion of the ruler. You know, there is no rights granted by Sinhala to the Tamils and Sri Lanka. This is one way you can understand. Therefore, democracy has always incorporated the freedom to follow the religion of one's choice as one of its basic principles. Now we are going to see right to freedom of religion in another manner, like freedom of faith and worship. Feature of the right to freedom of religion. What does freedom of faith and worship? Like everyone is free to choose and practice any religion. Freedom of conscience, profess, follow and propagate any religion. This is the first feature, freedom of faith and worship. Then subject to certain limitation. What is the limitation to follow this religion thing? In order to protect public order, morality and health, government can interfere in religion matter for rooting out certain social evil. For example, in the past, the government has taken a step banning practice like sati, sati pratha or the bali pratha, because these are the two rights which is religious, but now it is banned. Such restriction cannot be opposed in the name of interference in the right to religion, freedom of religion. Fine. So these are the very important example. Then equality of religion means, it means that government will not favor any particular religion, and India does not have any official religion at all from the time of independence. Government will not discriminate on the ground or basis of religion. What does it mean? The institution run by the state will not preach any religion or give religious education, nor will they favor person of any religion. In their eye, all religion equal. This policy is known as secularism. This we have discussed in 9th class democratic politics chapter. Right to freedom of religion. Now we are going to see that the limitation of the right to freedom of religion always produce tension. How it produce tension among the people? Like between followers of various religion and the government, when the government seeks to restrict some activities of any religious group, people of that religion feel that this is interference in the religion. Freedom of religion, issue of freedom of religion and religious conservation. Fine. Guarantee to right to propagate one's religion. And however, some people recent conversations on the ground of that are based off intimidation or inducement to forcible conversion are not allowed. You force someone to change his or her religion is not allowed. It only gives us the right to spread information about our religion and thus attract other to do so. So this is some restriction or limitation on this. The constitution has guaranteed the right to propagate one's religion. This include persuading people to convert from one religion to another. Some people resent conversion of the ground that they are the base of indiscrimination or inducement. The constitution does not allow forcible conversion. It only gives us right to spread information about our religion and thus attract other to it. So this is the limitation of right to freedom of religion. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I hope this will help you to make your notes related to the topic. See you in next video. Bye.